All right, guys, welcome back to the video. Today I'm going to be discussing the truth that you don't want to hear about business. Why did I start this series of videos? Well, because I've learned so much across the years that I thought it would be worth giving something back. I want to help some people make some money, whether it's their first $10,000 a month, first $1,000 online, where they just want to make 100 quid. Or if they're serious entrepreneurs and want to make 25, 50, 100,000 and beyond a month. I don't want it to be another video which is like about mindset. Okay. Oh, you got to have a brilliant mindset. Okay. Because whilst it's true, business is everything to do with mindset. Okay. You have to be, in my opinion, a visionary. You have to be able to see the future of where you want to be, what you want to do, how you want to achieve it before it's even happened. The thing that I'm going to be discussing today, okay, is deeper than that. It's about distractions. It's about eliminating and removing everything in your life apart from the goal that you have. Because honestly, I've seen it time and time again within my groups, within my team, that if you have nothing else in life that you are focusing on, apart from maybe two or three different things, and your focus is driven 110% towards a goal, I've never seen anyone that doesn't make it. Anyone. Whereas if you're distracted by everything, social life, sport, the news, what's going on in the world, politics, for instance, you can end up getting swamped into so much information that your main focus, your main goals just disintegrate. Okay, they're non-existent. So as always, I've got my notes. So I don't go off on too much of a tangent. Otherwise, we'll be here for hours. Okay, and I'm going to pop myself over here. I've said this is the truth about business. Okay, and this is not what you're going to want to hear, but you need to hear. For most people, you're going from a life full of distractions, full of amazing, fun things that you could get involved in, shiny object syndrome, where you've got hundreds of different businesses. And all that you need to really do is stick to one, find a niche, find a focus, and go and become an industry leader within that niche, within that focus. Whatever age you are, you could be 15, 14, 16 for all I care. It doesn't actually matter. You could also be 60. I actually don't think age is that much of a differential. In some industries, in traditional work, it is. Okay, but in the online space, it's just not the truth. It's just not the game. Okay, I make more money than people that are 60 within this niche. Okay, there are more people within my niche that are in their 20s than any other age group and age category. Okay, as an example, back to the script. If you're procrastinating, if you're distracted, if you're not giving it your all, you're not going to make it. It's just true, right? You're not going to make it. And whilst there are exceptions, there are people that can multitask hundreds of different things. From what I've seen, if you want to give yourself the best chance of success, right, you want to make this business happen. Potentially it's 2025 and you're watching this video in January and you're saying, I want to make a difference in my life. Then you need to cut everything else out. Next, I'm all a fan of work-life balance. Work-life balance doesn't really equate for my life. Just actually looking up to see how much screen time I have. How am I going to show this? Can you see that? It says 9 hours and 20 minutes today. It's a bit of a bigger day than usual, and that might be crazy to some people. As I said, it's just gone 10:52 now. On the 23rd of January, my screen time typically sits at like 8, 9 hours, or 8 and 8.5 hours. The reason I believe I'm so ahead in this niche is because of my screen time. I haven't even finished the day, and actually, recording these types of videos is what's taking away from more screen time. Okay, more screen time on this phone. But the fact that I'm always there, always speaking to people, always cutting deals, always following up will mean that I win. Okay. I'm not watching Netflix. I'm not watching the news. I'm not into my politics. I don't care about what's happening on the weekend with the football teams, with the rugby teams, with sport. It doesn't bother me. And I've gone through periods of my life where I've really enjoyed it. And I love playing sport. Okay. But for this period of my life, I have kept really fit. I go to the gym every day, but I don't watch it for leisure. Okay. I work and I listen to things around about how to get to the next level for my leisure. As boring as that might sound for some, okay, some people might be like, you're a fucking loser. Um, it's got me to $100,000 a month, okay, in revenue for my business. And I know what will get me to the $200,000 a month, the $500,000 a month, the million a month mark will be continually learning. Okay. So back to the script. You're not distracted by work, you're distracted by your comfort zone. And the longer you stay there, the more you're wasting your life. If you want to do big things in business, don't stay comfortable. You should always be on the edge of your seat. I will say the last 6 months for my progress, my growth, my journey has been pretty stressful. People close around me can attest to that. We've made big investments. We've done big, bold things that I wouldn't do if I was in a sane mind. Okay, I've had business partners come in and help me out with that. Okay, pushing me to the next level and almost giving me the push and the leap of faith, mentors, coaches, and being like, just go for it. Just go for it, Arch. And it's paid off. Hopefully, it will continue to pay off and we'll see. Okay, there will be some setbacks along the way. I just know that. But to get results, you have to push yourself and go further, deeper into the sort of skin in the game attitude and approach. If you've got skin in the game, you've got investments, I need to make that money back because I put my money where my mouth is and I've put myself on the line there. It gives a different feeling. Okay. When you know you have to succeed and there's no chance of backing out, okay, because of the amount of money, focus, energy, effort you put into this, there's no other alternative. So some people will say I'm mad for the amount of screen time I have. Some people will say I'm mad for the goals that we have. Okay, but to do the abnormal, we have to do abnormal things. Okay, we have to be a bit crazy. We do have to be a bit crazy to this game. Now, I love it. And I think if you're watching this video this far into it, potentially you've watched some of my other videos, you're probably a fan and a love for the game as well. Now, you don't have to set crazy high goals. Social media has massively skewed that. And I certainly fell a victim for it as well. That we have all of these crazy expectations that when you're in your 20s, you should be hitting these huge six-figure months. It's just not really necessary, right? To replace the average job, it's a few £1,000s a month. Okay, 2, 3, 4,000 pounds a month. That's it. And that on the online space, leveraging, high ticket offers, increasing value within your business so you can sell more, you can sell to more people, you can provide more value to people is super, super duper attainable. Okay. Now, when it comes to distractions, what I've written here is that we don't have to work crazy hours a day. It just helps your chance and your statistics of winning. Spending an hour watching the footy versus spending an hour on a call with a client who could potentially bring you in thousands in revenue is a loss. Just is. It's just fact. If you're doing 8 calls a day versus being in bed all day and just sitting around on your ass, video gaming is different. right? It is just different. One might come out with no money and one might come out with no money. But this one over here is going to have 8 or 9 new contacts that they've built into their lead list and their funnel list that could convert a year down the line or 2 months down the line into high ticket paying clients that will pay thousands per month. You are really a handful of clients away from a very different life. Again, what I've written here is if you want results, you've got to stop pretending you're busy and start focusing. You've got to cut everything out that isn't helping you get closer to your goals if you're not at your goals already. Funnily enough, I got to my goals and then I set new ones. Okay. But my original goal was to make a few $1,000s online. Literally, it's a few $1,000s. I was like, that would honestly be brilliant. It turned into $10,000. I hit that. It turned into, God, let's do $25,000 in a month. I hit that. And then I had a crazy month, which I didn't even expect, where we hit $78,000 in a month, just like 3 times our revenue. I wasn't expecting it. And that then set the framework for everything. I was like, that's the benchmark. That's the benchmark now, right? If we go below that, then I'm disappointed because we've hit this. So you have to cut everything out if you're not where you want to be. Honestly, if you're upset, you're depressed, you're feeling shit, you're unhappy, the truth about business, which is the title, is that you will be left behind. Okay? This is a competitive landscape. And I need to make this video because all the other videos won't make sense if this is not addressed. Now, this might sound corny, this might sound blasé. Come on, focus, focus. It's not designed to be like that. It's designed to be, if I was telling my younger self that making these goals and these milestones and this amount of money was easy, I would be lying to myself because I was still distracted, having fun, enjoying life. And over the last 2 years, I've cut out everything to attain the highest level of financial and business growth that I could possibly do. But I wanted to say to you that if you cut out everything, I will honestly promise you your life will be different. You might find it boring, but it's ultimately the sacrifice to get you to a higher place in life. It's difficult, right? It is difficult because you're going to be sitting there going, but I don't want to give up the fun. I don't want to give up the games. I don't want to, you know, feel like shit. I don't want to lose my friends. I don't want to have a shit social life. But people get comfortable. You get comfortable with a salary. You get comfortable with norm. You get comfortable with expectations that every weekend you do this, every Monday you do that. You get up at this time, you go to work, you clock in, you clock out, you come back, you watch the TV, you go to bed. You potentially put in a workout in between. And if that is your life and you're happy with it, fine. But this video is probably not addressed to people that are happy with that situation or that outcome. From there and that position and that standpoint where I was literally just sat on my desk, just enjoying the work, I was like, I know nothing about this. Let's get to work. I made 70 quid today. Let's get to work. Yesterday, made nothing, but I've got 3 people in my DMs that are interested. Let's get to work. It was exciting. And in all honesty, those were the most exciting days. They honestly were. Where I was like 16, 17, and I made my first like 50 quid. Have a challenge for yourself to get rid of everything, all the distractions, just for a week or 2 weeks and see how it feels. And by I mean the distraction, don't do anything with anyone. Obviously, do the bare necessities with family, or if you've got expectations that need to be met, do them. But everything else that you can cut out, seeing friends, going to parties, going to dinners, even doing things like a food shop, cut it out. Deliver stuff to your door. Okay, so you can just put stuff in the fridge straight away. Do a click and collect or something equivalent like that to save yourself as much time as possible. Spend every minute of your waking day working just for a week and just see how it feels. Honestly, because it might just change your life. It might just change the momentum of your business completely different. Tell your family, tell your loved ones that this is what you're planning to do, just to see how it feels. Go for it. All right. The next videos we were discussing more. more about business, the nitty-gritties. But this is more of a mindset video about the truth of business, that you won't succeed if you have distractions. We live in a world full of them. If you don't cut them out and you just absorb them all, from all the sport in the world through to politics, if you absorb and take in all of this information, your brain's going to be fuzzy and you won't be able to act on the right decisions within your business. For me, personally, not.